We are headed to Midwest Gaming Classic for the weekend, but we're going down early. On the way, we're actually gonna stop at some places we see if we can find some cool stuff. And apparently the first stop is an antique mall in the middle of nowhere. We are at the Enchanted Frog. Maybe we'll be lucky like Gabbo and find some random sealed NES games that we can grade and sell for lots of money. Probably not gonna find that, but we'll see and show you all what we see. Okay, so I think it went about as well as we expected.
Yeah.
We saw, I think, one video game, the whole thing. It was Guitar Hero 3. I didn't even ask for price because we would have had to get it for like $4 or $5. So, but I did buy the Budweiser sign. Big Irish family. The colors on it's awesome. I don't know where it's gonna go. Yeah, but it's just cool. We'll either stop somewhere. We'll stop at maybe a game store next, or maybe a pawn shop.
Yeah. Just
depends on what we see. But I mean, we were in there for 15 minutes?
Yeah, probably about
so that. Like, as long as we can knock out an antique mall that fast, I don't mind stopping at another one. So we are headed to another antique mall. But I have to show you this. All right, let's. Oh, he is going to the gas station. He's got to go fill up his gas. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, we are in small town Iowa right now. If you could not tell by that. We finished up at the two antique malls. They were pretty quick walkthrough. I feel like we saw a little bit more cooler stuff than we expected.
I think in one of them, not so much, but the other, I think, was a little bit cooler stuff. The second one.
Yeah, there's two across the street, but run by the same people. Small little pickup, an old shaving brush. So many years ago, about 10 years ago, but I used to flip razors on eBay, and it was a $3 brush, and should be able to sell it for like $35. So quick little pickup because we got to keep the eBay running. But now we are headed somewhere else. I know we're gonna stop.
CD and Hobby.
I don't know that this was super worth a stop, but
yeah, I don't know.
It was kind of fun. We are in Des Moines now, and we are gonna check out this Jay's CD and Hobby. Apparently there's 3 locations here. He said the pictures look super promising online, and I will say, just like looking from the outside, it looks like it goes pretty far back. Well, it's a terrible shot, but this is what the front looks like. But if you look like right here, you can see a bunch of lights, so it looks like it goes pretty deep. I don't know what we're looking for, but maybe we can find some deals. My guess is this is probably similar to like our vintage stock or a game exchange or something like that. Maybe we can find some deals. So this is kind of a cool store, but one thing that they're doing that I don't know if I like is they have all these that are brand new games, and so most of the games on the shelf are not actually the game. So I don't know how I feel about it. At least the artwork looks good. I don't know, there's some cool stuff in here, but when most of the games up here aren't actual artwork, I don't love that. We finished up in there. Cool little store. When I said little, it's not little at all.
No.
They are really big. They have a little bit of everything. Like, they have plush aisles, not like a shelf, aisles. They have disc golf. They have figures.
Comics,
vinyls, records. Huge Lego area. That was crazy.
Like a whole room almost.
Cool store, and apparently they have 3 in the area. I feel like their game selection was a little sad.
There parts of it were.
Like, I think they had like 9 or 10 GameCube games out total.
Yeah.
And they weren't like good titles. So we bought some games to flip. I bought 1 game for personal. So I bought A Short Hike. This is one of those where like you just never find limited run or super rare games, that style of games, actually open. We got Turok 2. This is actually for the store. It's not collection. They had it at 32, which I felt like the box is in immaculate condition. I was like actually slightly nervous that it was fake. And then just like a nice little stack of games. And then we got a Journey Together booster box that we're just going to rip in the car because why not? We're addicts. I haven't ripped much Journey Together, so we'll rip that in the car. Maybe we'll pop into the other one if you want. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. All right. Well, that or we will go to a Chuck E. Cheese. Unsure. There's one right next to it. So we are at another Jay's CD and Hobby. It looks pretty big too. We'll see how deep it goes. It's not a big chain, but their locations are huge. So I don't know. It's giving me ideas on what things we could do, but probably not. I don't think I want to sell disc golf discs. So we finished up in there. It's a cool place. It's kind of crazy how big it is, but they have a ton of awesome stuff in there. I picked up a few games just to flip, nothing to keep. Good titles for Amazon. These deluxe editions, always look for these. And then you got some cards as well. Yeah. He said he caught them slipping on a card.
I think I did.
I think they priced it for the non-holo price, and it's a holo. Obviously, that can make a big price difference on older cards. I need to edit the thumbnail for one of our videos. We're gonna get back on the road. I'm gonna edit the video or the thumbnail, and Justin's going to drive very slowly because he doesn't drive fast. So
I drive safe.
We have obviously lost daylight, but we are in Davenport now. We just finished up at Video Games, etc. We had a good experience.
Yeah.
But there's a big but. The amount of reprinted artwork in the store is insane. Like, we are doing that in our store. We are disclosing that they're reprinted. But I think there were more reprinted games by a long shot than actual cover art. But we had a really good experiences. Buy two, get one 50% off. And then they actually stacked it from like highest to lowest. And like they like weirdly priced their sports games like really cheap, like pretty much $1 a piece, which my guess is they probably have a ton of them in the back, or it sounds like there's more than one location as well. So they probably have an excess, and that's probably why they're selling it for $1. Again, most of the games in the store were reprinted artworks, but we spent $260.
Yeah, you got a handful of accessories.
But overall, I think I'm very happy with what I got. I have stuff that we could double up on before the discount. So, you know, expected profit is over $260. So, in all the cases, we're clean. I will say that.
Yeah.
All the cases were actually clean. And I heard them talking about they pretty much resurface every game. But we are outside of a disc replay. I've been to one disc replay, and you've never been to one.
Never been to one.
So we shall see what that looks like. I think they always have a little bit of a sale. I've also heard that they're not big fans of resellers, so we'll see. Well, that was a good experience.
Yeah, literally, really no gripes.
We spent $1,100. I think I was probably expecting to spend $200-300. We got like
it's a range. We got
like 14, 15 free games. A lot of good stuff for us on Amazon. A lot of duplicates. I did get one game for the collection. Technically, I'm supposed to be putting everything in the collection in the store. But Digimon, what is this?
World Next Order.
Yeah, Next Order. This was, you could only get this on their website. And they actually had this underpriced by like $50. And then you want to show those two?
Two Tomodachi Lives, slightly different prices, but in the same.
Oh, they are actually the. Condition. So they also had a lot of reprinted art. Not as bad as the Lost Store, but I actually thought those were reprinted, but I guess not.
No.
So those are actual.
Yeah.
Those are going to be for Amazon.
Yep.
But I mean, that just went so much better than I could have ever guessed. Justin was actually nervous for me to take the basket up to the front because there was probably I don't know, 60, 70 games in there. And then I kept adding more and more after I already gave it to him. Shout out to, I think he's a manager or definitely someone that's been there a while. He knew what I was doing. So I don't know if you caught it, but I asked him for the PS4 camera. He was like, how many of them do you want? I was like, I'll take both of them, I guess. And then he's like, do you want Move controllers? And I said, sure. Yeah. And he's like, oh, do you want the PS3 cameras? So he has watched probably a Caleb video at least once, because Caleb used to buy those a lot. I've heard bad things about Disc Replay, about them not really liking people that are going to buy stuff and resell it. Also, before anyone gets mad, almost all the games I bought were sports games. There were so many sports games. I think the Tamagotchi Lives are the only two true games that we bought. It was almost all MLB The Show. So I think we got 30 copies of MLB The Show different years. I've heard they don't really like resellers, so I went in with bad expectations or low expectations, and we just knocked it out of the park and got some discounts. So very happy. I guess that concludes our trip. Yeah. Because we're not going anywhere else tonight. We're just going to drive to our hotel and go to bed. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this was fun. Bye.